Zachary and Riva Timms started New Destiny Christian Center in Apopka, Florida, several years previously and had built it to over 8,000 members. Like the Whites, they lived in luxury, success, and expensive homes. And like the Whites, Zachary and Riva went through a divorce. It turns out that Zachary had an ongoing affair with a French exotic dancer.
Pastor Zachary Timms was found dead inside his New York City hotel room this summer with a white powdery substance in his pocket.
And today we've learned that Timms' replacement is stirring up just as much controversy as his death. Watch 2's Amanda Ober joins us now live. So, Amanda, what's the issue here?
Well, the female pastor who is reportedly the choice to replace Timms is a controversial figure. Meantime, one of the members of the selection committee has abruptly resigned, saying in a video he posted online that he thinks this church is being manipulated.
You're going to find out without faith you don't have a foundation.
Paula White, the senior pastor of Tampa's Without Walls Church, is reported to be the choice to replace Pastor Zachary Timms at New Destiny Christian Center, a megachurch in Apopka.
There are limitless possibilities in God.
Timms was found dead in a New York hotel in August, and since then, White has been New Destiny's interim pastor. Sunday, church members were given a survey asking if they wanted White as their next pastor. No other names were listed. That upset some people and fueled speculation that White has the job locked up. Meantime, Bishop I.V. Hilliard of Texas suddenly resigned from the committee to choose Timms' replacement. He posted a video saying he thinks New Destiny members are being deceived and manipulated, though he never mentions by whom.
And my commitment to integrity will not allow me to support something that I believe is deceptive.
With such power moves, she was able to get herself elected by the board as the next full-time pastor at New Destiny Christian Center in Apopka, Florida. Riva Timms, who with the help of her husband founded the church, was hoping to be chosen as the senior pastor, and when the church board offered the position to Paula White, Riva served the church a lawsuit claiming that the board hired Paula illegally.
Today, the board here at New Destiny Christian Center named Paula White as the new senior pastor, succeeding the late pastor Zachary Timms. But today, Timms' ex-wife says she is the rightful successor.
And I'm here to declare to you today that as founder of New Destiny Christian Center, that I am the real mother.
After one day, Riva rescinded the lawsuit. Her divorce agreement stated that she would never sue the church, and without the ability to fight back, Riva left and started her own church, which now is doing very well with over 2,000 members. Despite the battles Paula faced with unhappy members and with Riva, she was able to get her way back into a successful church and reestablish her position as a pastor. But the honeymoon period didn't last long. For one, the church began a slow decline as members left. In her new position, Riva put it this way: things are getting quiet over there. Now, for an African-American Pentecostal church, I assume this would mean that the excitement and the energy of church worship was beginning to die down, not only because of the loss of members, but because of the loss of the Spirit of God moving in worship. It also seems that Paula's critics began increasing in number, not only from her own churches, but also from around the country. Some of the most vicious animals are those who are under attack or who believe they are under attack and are protecting something very important to them. Like an animal being cornered, Paula lashed out. 2 lawsuits stand out during this time of her life. And these are by no means the only lawsuits Paula orchestrated, but they are interesting. The first lawsuit was against a new online news organization owned by Dow Jones called Heat Street. Called a sister company to Fox News, Heat Street became an instant hit with over 8 million users within the first year. However, despite its success, it was swallowed up by MarketWatch during its first year. Heat Street decided to write an article about Paula before it was swallowed up. And so the writer of the article called Paula to ask her about some of the allegations past employees had brought up. Paula quickly sent some of the best lawyers to threaten Heat Street. They threatened to sue Heat Street, sue Dow Jones, and sue the writer, Jillian K. Melcher, for millions of dollars. But Jillian K's work on this article was thorough and solid, good enough to help promote her into the Wall Street Journal as an editorial page writer. I can only guess, but the lawsuit probably never came to fruition because Heat Street folded so quickly after it started for reasons unrelated to Paula's lawsuit. However, the article was published, and it can be found on the internet today. The second lawsuit of note would be humorous if it were not so sad. It was against a small-time YouTuber who criticized Paula and used clips from Paula's shows. Shirley Johnson had a YouTube channel that made no money, and it was designed in part to point out the errors of Paula's teachings. In a move to protect her empire, Paula sued the YouTuber for alleged copyright infringement. But in the court, the judge was not really happy about this lawsuit, as the Paula White team knowingly misrepresented copyright laws, refused to hand over requested documents, and treated the court with arrogance. The court documents say that the judge dismissed the case with prejudice and advised Shirley to pursue affirmative relief against Paula White Ministries for malicious prosecution. She did countersue, and she won over $30,000 in damage due to emotional struggles that she had because Paula White had threatened her. The judge's remarks and his frustration with Paula White Ministries, their attitude and their lack of cooperation, is very similar to what the IRS said about their ministry. Coming up next week, it's a very special bachelorette event. Will Paula find true love? It's the moment you've been waiting for.